Hey guys, it's Deborah here, back again to finish off my travel notebook that I was making. I've used my old scrapbook papers, and if you want to have a look at how I started, you can go and have a look at the first video, part 1. And today I'm just going to show you how I'm going to finish it off. So this morning I got the rest of the bits that were cut off, and I made some envelopes. I do have an envelope maker, but you could just as easily fold these out of the bits. Because the travel notebook isn't as wide as a 12 by 12, you'll have lots of these sort of sizes left over that you can chop up and make things with. So that's what I've done. And I got on the sewing machine. You can see all the threads. I don't mind the threads, cut them off if you don't like them. And I just started putting them together. So I was just sitting at the machine with a pile of my bits and the pages that I had cut and scored yesterday, and I just started to sew things on randomly. I didn't choose where anything might go. So for example, this one here, I've got this brown and grey yellow little file folder I made on top of this cherry one. So the other thing I use is the strip that comes at the bottom of most scrapbook papers because they're quite sweet. I might use this one too. It's got a little sweet thing here. It says set the table. Sweet as cherry pie, set the table. I'll have to sew that one on. So with all those bits, I sat at the machine and I started to sew. And I use a black thread. It's just what I like, and a zigzag stitch. Sometimes I'll use a straight stitch, but mostly I like the effect of the zigzag. And what I've done, as you can see here, is I've taken this strip and I've just crinkled it. So I've started it off at the sewing machine, and then as I've started to sew down the page, I've just put a bend in it like that. See how I'm doing that? So I've just done that, and I've sewn it onto the edge of the paper so that it comes over a bit. So that's one of them. I'll just show you. There's only 10. This one here, I have sewn a little pocket on here, and this is actually a folded pocket. So this will take 2 different things. Let me just grab a piece of paper, cut very delicately, ripped. So this one here has got a pocket at the back, and it also has, I better cut that or it'll have trouble sliding in. And it's also got a pocket at the front. So again, I've used my envelope punch to just create this little notch, and also on the edges. So I just folded that while I was at the sewing machine and put the pocket on there. This was a tag that I made, and I just sewed the top of it. So the intention is that I'm going to flip that up, be able to put some journaling or something on there, flip it down. So that's that page. This one here, I made this rather large pocket here, and then I realised that if I put something in there, it's going to have to be a really, really long tag. So I just sewed across the centre so that I had a little pocket on this side as well, just as I was going. I mean, I haven't, you know, I usually do a lot of my work without plans. I like the randomness of it. This here has got 2 of the strips, one on each end. You can see the green one here, and then I've got this one, and it actually went over a little bit. So I'm just going to, just trying to get that in frame. Sorry guys. I'm just going to clip that off, just because when I folded it, I didn't, you know, fold it all in. With the glitter paper, I haven't actually put that through the machine. I didn't want to. It's an old machine. When I say old, like it's a perfectly good sewing machine still. It's just I've upgraded to a much, much better one. But I didn't want to put the glitter through the machine, so I haven't actually sewn. I don't think it will come off, but I just thought I'm not going to do that. And that leaves somewhere. I can stick something on there, and I probably will. This is my frame piece that I was making yesterday. And again, I've just created notches in either end of a long strip, folded it up in half. So I've just show you quickly. Grab the notch. This is the envelope notch punch, or envelope punch, and it's 3.5. So it's going to be 1, and so roughly this will be the centre. So I've just created a notch in either. Just put them roughly the same. Probably not. And then I've just folded that up like that, and then sewn it down the sides and the bottom, and that's how I've created this. So again, I have a little double pocket here to slip some tags in. So that's that one. This one here, I've done the same. I've got the file folder, and this time it's on the side. And I quite like that because it's actually going to stick out. Put it on the pink so you can see it. The actual file tab is going to stick out of the side of the journal. And plus I've got a little pocket in there as well. And then on the other side, I've got a little slip pocket in there. So that's that piece. This one here, this is a long pocket. So again, sewing that on, just notch the edge of it. This is another one of those long pockets that I thought was too long. So I sewed it across and it's actually falling off the bottom of the page. Now I don't mind if it is over the top, but I don't probably want that sticking out. So I'm just going to trim that down now. Just use my scissors and give it a bit of a trim to the edge of the paper as a guide. And when I was sewing it, obviously I got a bit carried away because I've completely sewn this in. But let's just take our tool here. Let's take my craft knife. I'm just going to undo those stitches. I knew what I meant. Even if you guys didn't, I knew what I meant. And then I now have another pocket down the bottom there and one up the top. So again, I'll be able to slip that in here and put another one up here. With this one here, the actual page was quite wide. This is from the glitter paper, so I've used all of it, so it's kicking over the other side. And this piece here was quite long too, so I've actually got 3 pockets in this. One at the top, one in the middle, and one in the bottom, so I haven't taken it all the way down. This is the piece that's going to go in the centre, the watercolour card, and I've just used the edges that I had trimmed off. So not the branding strip, but just some thin bits of this paper that I trimmed off, and that one too, so that they're not all in the centre. Here's the fairy one, and I've created a tag, but I ended up sewing it on, so I've got a little pocket in the side here now. And then same here, this is a little pocket, and I've just cut that out with my circle punch. I've just done a half cut with my circle punch, so you just put it halfway and chop. So I've got a pocket there and some trim on this edge, so you can see that. And this is the other side of the file folder I made. I've actually done an upward pocket on that one, just for something a bit different. And now I've got to just finish it off, and then I can sew it. And it's so thick that I really don't need a cover as such, I don't believe. The only thing I might do is I might make sure that the outside piece is not this one, because that's got a flap on it, and I don't want things flopping and flapping around. I might make this the outside piece. Now I'm just going to stick a few more things in so that I can finish it off, and then I'm going to sew it. Just one signature, no cover, just with a 3-hole, pamphlet stitch that I'll sew it, and some thread that I've got, which is actual bookbinding thread. So I'm just going to sew it with that when it's done, and see where I need some more, envelopes and things that perhaps I didn't want to sew on necessarily. So for example here, that's the glitter that I didn't want to sew through. So we're just going to have a look at what we've got here. In fact, I might put this pink one on here that I just had before and just stick that down. So I think I'm pretty much done. I really do. I think once I get it bound, and then I will put some sort of a closure on it. That's a nice chunky sized travel notebook for me. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will share the finished product. I've just today joined Instagram, my first go at it, and I'm going to start posting what I make on Instagram. I will put the links below. You know, I'm not very good at that sort of stuff and keeping up with that, but I will try and remember to put my new Instagram link below so that you can see the finished product. And I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that it has inspired you to pull out your old scrapbook papers and use them so they're not just sitting in your cupboard. This is Deborah. Thanks for watching. Cheers.